8 car noises you should never ignore. They're warning you. You're driving down the road, music playing, everything feels normal. Then, bam! A strange sound hits your ears. Is it a squeak? A rumble? A loud bang? Your heart skips a beat. What is it? Is something about to break? Will your car leave you stranded on the side of the road in the middle of nowhere? Well, don't panic just yet. Today, we're talking about the sounds you should never ignore, because your car might be trying to tell you something. Each noise is your car's way of warning you before things get worse, and a whole lot more expensive. You see, ignoring these warning signs is like throwing money out the window. And nobody wants that, right? So stay tuned, because understanding these sounds might just save you from a big fat repair bill. Or even a dangerous breakdown on the side of the road. You don't want to be that guy, trust me. Let's get started. First up, that awful screeching or grinding sound coming from your wheels when you hit the brakes. Now most of the time this means your brake pads are worn down and need replacing. You see, most brake pads have this little metal piece that's designed to squeal like crazy when the pads wear out. It's like a built-in warning system. Now if you ignore that sound, those pads are going to wear down to nothing, and the metal backing plate will start grinding into your rotors. And let me tell you, replacing those rotors is going to cost you a whole lot more than just putting in new brake pads. So, don't be penny-wise and pound foolish. Get those brake pads changed as soon as you hear that screeching sound. And hey, while you're at it, have your mechanic take a look at your rotors too, just to be safe. Trust me, your wallet will thank you later. Now if you hear a chirping or squealing noise coming from under the hood, it's probably a loose or worn-out belt. And you know what? Your car needs those belts. They run all sorts of important stuff like the alternator, the AC, the power steering pump, you name it. Problem is, over time, those belts can stretch out, crack, get all gunked up with oil and grime and start slipping. And when they slip, they make that annoying chirping sound. Here's a little trick to figure out if it's your belts. Try turning the steering wheel back and forth or switching the AC on and off. If that chirping sound changes, you found your culprit. Don't ignore those belts. If one breaks, you're gonna be stranded. Alright, next up, let's talk about that groaning or whining noise you hear when you turn the steering wheel. You know the one, it's like your car's saying, this is hard. Well, 9 times out of 10, that means your power steering fluid is low. So pop open the hood and check that fluid level. Easy peasy, right? But wait, there's more. If the fluid level looks good but you see bubbles in the reservoir, you might have an air leak in the system. Now ignoring this problem is like playing Russian roulette with your power steering pump. And trust me, you do not want to have to replace that pump. It's expensive. Now let's say you're cruising down the highway, feeling good, and then you hear this deep rumbling noise. Well, that could be your tires or your wheel bearings saying hello, and not in a good way. Here's a little trick to help you narrow it down. While you're driving and you hear the noise, quickly shift into neutral. If the sound disappears, it's probably your tires. But if that rumble sticks around, chances are it's your wheel bearings. Worn-out tires are dangerous, we all know that. But bad wheel bearings? Those are even worse. They can seize up and cause your wheel to lock up while you're driving. You don't want that. So if you hear that rumbling, get it checked out as soon as possible. Alright, next on our hit list of car noises is that clicking sound you hear when you're turning. You know, like a rhythmic click 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 that gets faster as you turn sharper. Well, that's usually a sign of a bad CV axle. Those axles connect your wheels to your transmission, and they have these rubber boots around the joints to keep the grease in. If those boots get torn or you see grease leaking out, that joint is going to wear out fast. Now the longer you ignore a bad CV axle, the worse and more expensive it's going to get. So don't wait until it breaks and leaves you stranded. Now let's talk about that clunking sound you hear when you go over bumps. You know, like your car's got a case of the hiccups every time you hit a pothole. More often than not, that means your stabilizer links, also known as sway bar links, are worn out. These little guys connect your suspension to the sway bar, and they have these rubber bushings that wear out over time. If those bushings are shot, or the links are moving around too much, you're gonna hear it. The good news is, stabilizer links are pretty cheap and easy to replace. Alright, have you ever been driving and heard this annoying buzzing sound that seems to come and go at certain speeds? That could be a loose exhaust shield rattling around under your car. You see, those heat shields are there to protect other parts of your car from the heat of the exhaust system, but over time they can rust, break, or come loose. And when they do, they vibrate like crazy at certain engine speeds, creating that annoying buzzing sound. Now to find the culprit, you're gonna have to get under your car and gently tap around on those heat shields. If one of them rattles, you found the problem child. And last but not least, let's talk about a problem that's hard to ignore: a loud exhaust. If your car suddenly sounds like a stock car at the Daytona 500, you might have an exhaust leak on your hands. Rust, holes, broken parts, they can all cause leaks in your exhaust system. And not only does an exhaust leak sound terrible, but it can also be dangerous. You see, those exhaust fumes contain carbon monoxide, and you don't want to be breathing that in. So if you suspect an exhaust leak, get it checked out by a professional right away. It's better to be safe than sorry. And there you have it, 8 car noises you should never ignore. Remember, your car talks to you through these sounds. It's trying to tell you something's wrong. If you listen early, you can fix small problems before they become big, expensive headaches. Thanks for watching Motor Mindset. Hit that subscribe button, and give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful. And hey, let me know in the comments if you've heard any of these sounds in your car. I read them all. Until next time, drive safe and stay smart. Watch out for those squirrels.